A special Halloween presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons taking on Sam Darnold and the Carolina Panthers.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Carolina Panthers. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they enter play. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And the Falcon offense about ready to go to work here for the first time, and leading them as he has since 2008 is the veteran quarterback, former MVP, Matt Ryan. Play action for Davis, now Ryan. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
So 2 incompletions have led them to an early 3rd and 10. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. And the Panther offense ready to go for their first possession. And at the helm, you see him in his first year in Carolina after 3 with the Jets. It's Sam Darnold.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
Yeah, hoping to get rid of that interception bug. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
14 yards, good for a Panther first down. Now it's Darnold. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Now a give. This is McKinnon. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. It's Guy. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Now Darnold. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
The numbers for Davis last week, 22 carries, 90 yards and a touchdown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now it's Ryan. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. But you could almost see his eyes light up defensively. I mean, as a linebacker, that's about as quick as you can get to a quarterback.
So what did your third-grade teacher teach you about straight lines, right? As soon as you have those, you take full advantage of them. He found a gap in the offensive line, got to the quarterback, and put him on the deck.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. McKinnon, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. McKinnon. And he'll go down at the 28. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
John Hightower now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially. So a net gain of 1 there. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And we're in the middle part of the season where each week starts to become a little more important, and especially this, Charles, being a division matchup.
Yeah, you haven't fired the starter's pistol or rang the bell lap like they do in track and field for the sprint to the finish. But you're starting to eye it, aren't you? You got to pile up those wins, put them in the left-hand column, not the L's in the right-hand column.
J.C. Horn up to make the tackle.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. On third down, Ryan. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Ryan going to give this to Davis. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Now Ryan. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This will be taken at the 10. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. So here are the Panthers set to take over. Remember, right now they are on a 6-game losing streak, trying to snap that. And a good sign is they've got the lead in the football. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, Charles, you talk about this offense, this Week 8 of the 2021 campaign. Now, normally this would be the halfway point of the season, but as we all know, there's now a 17-game regular season. And because of that, seems like now maybe more than ever, getting your open week to occur later in the season, that could be a pretty big advantage.
Brandon, it's always been a big advantage, and now, as you pointed out, the possibility of it becoming huge, likely. Most teams want that later open date because of injuries, getting that rest before the playoff push, all those things. Sometimes when you get an open date early in the season, it's not very much of an advantage. You might be playing well, now it slows down your momentum. This is a big deal, and teams definitely like it. The later, the better.
On is the punter Charlton now as he's able to get this one away. Pulled in at the 24. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Now we'll again see Calvin Ridley in the Falcon offense. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Christian McCaffrey and the Panthers about set to go on offense. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it. So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's Joseph Charlton now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Matt Ryan and the Falcons getting ready to go again here on offense. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll get nothing out of that one. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Britton Colquitt now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Taken from just outside the 30. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold, and this is incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A fake to McCaffrey. Now Darnold. Forced out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Darnold from the gun. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Pernell McPhee in there to bury him for a loss of 11. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before the break. Darnold is going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Well, I know we hold off on the halftime update after all. Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Jackson now to return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The offense trots back onto the field, and we shine our men spot. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey, and he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Flush to his right. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Ryan. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Across midfield and inside the 45.
And that's a good substantial run there from Mike Davis. And how about his career resurgence? Because he's bounced around a bit in the NFL. From San Francisco to Seattle to Chicago to Carolina. And now here with the Atlanta Falcons. Always dependable, Mike Davis.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Here's Ryan. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Derek Brown coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Here's a give to Davis. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. On 3rd and goal, Ryan. Here's Higgins out of the right side.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 2nd and 12, Darnold.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Darnold on 3rd down. For Marshall, that's complete.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he is going to be stopped cold